Where do I begin? It's obviously it's used in conversation when a whole rant is about to come. It's like, where do I begin? But I'm using it in a different way here, whereas I'm really saying, where does the I begin? Just think about that for a moment. Where do I begin? You can look at that scientifically as cells, and you could look at it as personality, as emotion, depending on your I suppose your interest or the way the thought structures are made up. Some people are much more emotional. Some people want to dissect everything logically down to every cell, the energy of every cell. So if you looked at it from the energy of every cell, where do I begin? Well, if you take some blood out or some tissue away from the body and the cells are still alive, there is life happening in the cells. There is a cooperation of energy expressing as cells. And if it's put on the body or in the body, the assumption is that's part of you because it's your body, so you are the body or whatever way. The assumption, not really dissected most of the time, but do you begin in the cells? Do you begin in each cell that comes together in a human body and learns to cooperate with organs, to creating a biological life form, a sort of an entity of a body? Did you start as the cells, or did you start as the cooperation of all of the cells together? Is that you? And most people say no, because it's my body. I'm the energy that animates that. Okay, a lot of people would say that. That's my soul runs this body, or my life force runs this body. And so if you're not the cells, then what is that life force? So where did that begin? Where did that begin? Did that begin when you were conceived? Or was it already here? Because I'm suggesting it's always here. It just changes. So where I began, if it's looked at, it breaks down that idea of separation, because it's never separate. Everything is interacting. Even when the sperm and the egg came together to create that human body, to start that human life from a cellular level, then that grew from there. And if you have a belief structure that says, yes, but my soul was in there, or my life energy, or who I am is reincarnated into that, that's still not separate. It was always here. It is always here. What you are is always, has always been, and will always be. The body will construct and the body will decay. It will come and go. But what you are is always. It's just part of this whole ocean. So where do I begin? Always. It's always been. You've always been. It's very confusing because the mind seems to go, whoa, hang on a sec, I'm the body. I'm a separate entity here. I'm all of these things, but I'm not really, am I? So if you look at where do I begin, really, just to contemplate, and not gentle, kind, loving contemplation. Because none of this has to be disruptive or destabilizing. If it is, just don't do that. It's more of an interesting play with thought, looking into it, because it's really this intelligence looking into itself as awareness, learning what it is. Where do I begin?